It's a good thing we don't stream on weekends anymore, because that's going to be difficult for me. Hello. So we're just going to do gentle stretches, because I did go to the gym and try and do a workout, but I apparently don't really have much energy, so I did do a lower body workout. I did do quite a bit, but I just got to a point where I was like, I can't do it, so I did a bit of cardio and I was like, I'll come home and do the live. So it's a lot of fun. So we're going to do gentle stretches on hamstrings today, but we'll still try and do our best. So yeah, so basically, Saturday, I'm going to tell you guys because I've got to talk to someone about it. Fancy wedding. It was like one of those historical locations, like a castle, but not a castle. It's like a huge building in the middle of nowhere. This is like a place where footballers get married and stuff. And breakfast, and they use phrases like, you were gonna have lunch in the salon. That kind of fancy, right? Insanely fancy. So we're gonna go side to side. So this is doing hips as well as my hamstring. Probably should have scheduled a string, but you know. I was gonna do a gym stream today, but I just need to get another phone because I need to listen to music when I work out, because otherwise my gym streams are gonna be boring for me. You know, someone messaged me. So yeah. So it was like an Indian wedding basically, like an Indian wedding in the morning, then in the afternoon around 4:30, it was civil wedding. So 2 weddings in a day for 2 people basically. One couple. Reception was like 7 o'clock, full of like canapes and stuff throughout the day. Fascinating, right? Okay, we're gonna bring this in because we need to get like a quadricep stretch. I am correct. So yeah, I'm just recovering from that weekend. Oh my god, I took loads of pictures and videos, so I might post some on the post community tab so you guys can see what I've been up to. Because I was like, I just have to show you guys. And release. So we're gonna do a bit of like lower. Oh god, that feels good. And we're gonna just go down into Cobra, because why not? Stay here slowly, go back into child's pose. Hello, Mr. Teddy. Good morning, or 1 2 months. We're gonna swap sides now. And down we go. Pigeon pose, other side. Oof. So we're focusing on hamstring stretches today, but we may focus on a bit more other lower body stuff depending on how it goes. Most stretches will do like other muscles as well, but hamstrings, because I just did a lower body workout in the gym, so, and it was mainly hamstring stuff. I did a bit of quadriceps, but you know, it's a lot of effort. Hiya Dick, how are you? How are you doing? Oh my, I made it. I'm good. Just recovering from a wedding weekend. Absolutely fascinating, I'm not gonna lie. The location was insane. I was literally inside, because like this place is like a museum as well. So it was very like British colonial vibe, paintings all over the walls, loads of statues everywhere. It was insane. I took pictures of everything. I mean everything, because everything there is incredibly valuable. I was like, can you imagine if someone stole all this stuff? It would be such an insane heist. But it's like in the middle of nowhere, so. So yeah, how are you? And we're gonna push up. Side to side. Look at this side to side. Hey, hello. How is everyone? So side to side, like here. So we're getting a stretch on the hamstring. So, don't you think it's really, really insane, right, that I got invited to this wedding? Someone who I used to play with when we were kids, and I haven't seen her since we were kids, like since we were like 10 years old, but she still wanted me at the wedding. Can you believe how insane that is? After, I don't know, like 2 decades or whatever, that she still wanted me there, because I wasn't gonna go, but my presence was wanted so badly, which is insane. Can you believe it? Which is why I just kind of decided to go last minute. It's insane, right? It's not just me thinking that, because like normally you'd only invite people that are in your lives. Hello. But yeah, I will just be chatting random stuff while I stretch. I'm kind of cray, like I was just living my life and being sober. Nothing too special. Awkward. No, it wasn't awkward at all. I was nervous to talk to her, just because I haven't seen her in so long, and I didn't know what to say. But no, it was very normal. Amazing wedding, I'm not gonna lie. Definitely the best wedding I've ever been to. Very well timed. Very, very good. And you had enough like time in between each like ceremony and stuff. So yeah, hi Mike, how are you? Thanks. I just did a bit of a leg workout in the gym and glutes, but nothing too much because my body is not exactly high energy. Life of a woman is high energy one day, low energy the next, which is not fun if you work out as much as I do. No, so for example, so for the wedding, basically my mom and her mom are very close friends, and my dad and her dad were basically best friends as well. It's not the fact that we haven't seen each other in so long. I went because she wanted me there, because it meant so much to her. And yeah, we used to see each other all the time as kids because we used to live in the same street, but obviously, you move house and stuff, so even though she wasn't in my life, I would see her mum around because she works literally here, so I've seen her here and there. So it's not like when we've not been like completely like separated, like families are still like really close and stuff. I just haven't seen her forever because she like lives in a different city as well, so it's not odd, it's unusual, but I realised it meant a lot as well, which is why I went, and I'm actually really glad I went. But they live like down the road, like her family. Yeah, I'm really glad I went though. Yeah. How does one learn to be so? I'm not ignoring you, Mike. I said hello. I'm just gonna chat to you about my weekend. But how are you doing, Mike? Adik, you don't need alcohol to enjoy life, darling. Just find like, why don't you just drink mocktails? Mocktails taste nice. Mocktails taste nicer than actual alcohol though, right? What do you think? So yeah, because I'm not really the kind of person that'll go to a wedding, just for the sake of it. Because Indian weddings are like, usually, or used to be like 300 people, and it's always like a big thing. And normally Indian weddings, I'll just invite people from the community even though they don't know them personally. So I only go to weddings if I know someone personally, because otherwise it's like a waste of my time, right? So yeah, how are you doing, Mike? How was your weekend? Did you guys miss me when I didn't live stream on the weekend? Ooh, I just cracked my little toe. God is good. And push up. I missed the... Well, if you're ever missing me, there's loads of videos on my channel you can watch, you know. I'm not like disappeared from the internet. I've got like... I'm gonna do... better. How are you? I'm okay, I'm good. Wake up at like 6:30 or something. I've been to the gym, done a little bit. Yeah, you want to stay off that stuff, darling. Why are you laughing about it, Eddie? Yeah, very slow stretches. I'm good. Ow. Oh, my muscles are tight. What's up? So yeah, Mike, how are you? My hamstrings are obviously gonna be... Oh, it was good, thank you. It was over weekend. You just better. You just get better at that. You copying me, Mike? I don't drink at all. So at the wedding, I was on like water, orange juice, and then I had a mocktail in the evening. Yeah, I'm not a fan of alcohol, to be honest. It's boring. We're not doing splits today. I've just done low body in the gym. Just no okay. Good, Eddie. Behave. You should just do like extreme activities, Eddie. Go kayaking, go swimming, horse riding. You need things that are way more exciting in your life, you know? Okay, I will admit I am the issue. I somehow was behind in the stream. What do you mean, Mark? I'm confused. Thank you. So yeah, oh god, my hair's, I'm gonna wash my hair tomorrow. I wanna go swimming tomorrow, I think. Whenever it's hair wash day, I go swimming, because I can't go swimming every day, because I gotta wash my hair every day. Not fun. So I'm pushing down, just gently, because I've just done legs in the gym, so my muscles are just naturally gonna be tight. Somehow I was watching you. Oh, you mean somehow? I'm confused. Oh guys, I'm hungry. Yeah. Unless you've got your own kayak already, then you can just go into the water. Swimming, could go swimming in an ocean. You need a hobby that doesn't cost money. I don't think you can get a hobby but that doesn't cost money. Unless like you live in like the Lake District and everything's just like there. Ooh, do you have a bicycle? You could go like mountain biking or something. Oh, this is as loose as my hamstrings can tell on the other side. Oh god. This is why we don't do hamstring stretches on the same day, but we do need to loosen them up, you know, like a post-workout stretch. I bet you still smell like oranges on flour after the show. I smell like strawberries, thank you very much. I always say that. Yeah, you didn't really have like a proper sweaty workout or anything, unfortunately. I like having like hardcore workouts. But you can't, it's really difficult to do them consistently as a woman though. Energy levels are never the same every day. I have my good weeks and bad weeks, like anyone else I guess. So I'm just shaking the leg from side, ooh, side. Now we're just gonna push down. Say la vie, guys. Haven't had breakfast today. I had a brunch at my brother's house yesterday, and I never had that kind of breakfast. I had scrambled eggs on toast, baked beans, 2 hash browns, and some chicken sausages. Kind of like, not like a proper, not a fry up or anything like that, like in a healthy way it was made. So I never have that kind of breakfast unless I'm with them, because I just wouldn't make that. I normally just have porridge, right? You got that strawberry? No. I have like a moisturizer that's strawberry scented or something like that. I used to have a really good one, but they don't sell it anymore. Maybe I make some coins from my books and then I could try. Go for it. Or maybe you should just live stream and I turn up to your live streams. Okay. Lower body very tense. Okay, so we're gonna do normal first. Seriously? So it's not that we don't use air conditioning, it's just not the norm here because it's never hot enough for long enough. So in America, it's probably hot like 70% of the time or 80% of the time throughout the whole year. In the UK, we probably only get 2 weeks of heat, right? Of hot weather throughout the whole year. So why on earth would we have air conditioning when it's only hot for like 2 weeks of the year? Like, it doesn't really work out. Like, I think you have to get planning permission to get air conditioning. Like, it's not the norm here because it's not hot enough. It's not the fact that we're deciding like, well, we don't use AC. It's not that. It's just not hot enough of the time. Does that make sense? It's not that we don't use it. Like, I don't really like AC because it makes me too cold. Other people love AC, right? People in America do not understand people here. I guess it's not, I wouldn't want to say it's a cultural thing. What all that, yeah, it gets. Yeah, so Saturday at the wedding, I was wearing loads of bangles up to here, and that many, so it wouldn't move. So, and we were in the sun, so it obviously got hot under there in the skin, and there was no like air going in. So halfway through the day, I realized it was getting a bit itchy, so I took my bangles off, and yeah, I realized we're getting itchy the next day, so I was like, okay, this is not good. And I was like, I don't want to scratch it, so I've got this cooling aloe vera gel that's basically dried. So once I've had a shower, I'll put some more on. So it keeps it nice and cool so I don't itch it. Because otherwise if I do, it'll end up turning into like scars and stuff, and we don't want that, do we? So yeah. So see, it does. But because like the houses are built to keep heat in, when there's like a heat wave, we're just absolutely effed. Absolutely effed. Because it's too hot right inside and there's no breeze. So we have like portable fans and stuff, but not like a built-in AC unit. Does that make sense? So we have like fans on and stuff to stay cool. So AC in a way, it's not AC. So we're gonna do some pulses. Were you pulled on time? You were pulled on time, you about popping the song. I don't even know what that means. It's because we were at this fancy location, huge castle, so we were outside for the Indian wedding, like the ceremony. That was only like an hour and a half. And then we had lunch in the salon. Don't know why they call it that. They could have said parlour or whatever. And then we had about 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours by ourselves, not 2 hours, and we were just sat outside in the glorious sun because this place had so much land. Like, it was glorious, I'm telling you. You could have honestly done like, it's probably the size, maybe 2 to 3 football pitches. That's how big the back of the land was, not even the front. It was insane. And then it was the civil ceremony, you know, that's illegal bit. Hello, Scotland the Brave. And then we were out in the sun again, canapes, blah, blah, blah. 7 p.m. was like wedding, reception, dinner, you know what I'm saying? Canapes were gorgeous, I'm telling you, I filled upon all that. As literally the catering, I know who they are, so I want to go and eat at that restaurant. That would have been a fun day, so it honestly, it would have been glorious. Absolutely glorious. I've never been to New York, actually. I want to go. I do want to go to New York. Many things to do there. I want to go to Los Angeles as well. So yeah, I did miss live streaming though. I kind of don't like not live streaming on the weekend, but I also enjoy having a little bit of a break. Because I normally train more on weekends, so I'm always more exhausted. Rocking on here with that wet hair. Yeah, it's not gonna work. It's because I curled my hair and I had hairspray in it, so it's just kind of like this right now until I wash it, which will be tomorrow, because I'm gonna go swimming tomorrow. But yeah, I guess it looks wet. Yeah. I love the way you talk. Your vernacular. What's a vernacular? I've never heard that word before, but I like the compliment, I'll take it. Should definitely, yeah, I will come at some point. I would have to get a US visa, obviously. I don't think there would be an issue with my visa. I hope not. Like, oh, my word choice, yeah. That is such a fancy word for saying word choice. So doing side to side, obviously. So we need some pulses. Because my legs are just going to be tense. I'm going to have to start hitting sauna again. It's just because it's like summer, I tend to avoid sauna because then I end up getting heat rashes from too much heat, which we don't want, right? Vernacular is like your native language. Real? So my native language is not, it's not English. It's not, my mother tongue is obviously Gujarati, because that's where my mom's from. So, but it's no longer my first language because I don't speak it anymore, so I guess English would be. So English is not my mother tongue, it's just my first language now. Yeah, that's, Okay, I'll have to Google it later. I'm trying, well, I haven't this year, but I have been trying to learn languages for a few years and absolutely failed at it, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm not gonna forgive myself until I get fluent at least in one or two other languages. Like, it needs to be done. Like, I don't care if AI is gonna make it easier for us. It's just hotter if you can speak more than one language, right? It's even amazing if you're like a polyglot. That's like how, right? Like these people, they learn languages as adults, and apparently they're easy when they do it. Like it's insane. I would love to be a linguist. I thought Euro passports were the same as us. No, so I have a British passport, so I would still need a visa to come to United States, I think. But they're really strict apparently with their visas because obviously with the World Cup everyone's getting it cancelled and all that. So yeah, I would need a visa there. It's more the local lingo than they are. Oh my god, I don't even know local. Don't bother learning Colombia. No, I want to learn more languages. Well, hello, Mr. Just woke up. Pulses in. Okay, we're gonna make this a bit more difficult. I actually do speak a little bit of Dutch. My Dutch is probably my best language after English, speaking wise, just because English is very similar to Dutch. I just only can do like A1 basic level. Do you know, it's because, so when I started learning Dutch, I was only doing loads of listening practice. I wasn't doing like reading practice or speaking, so if I focus on that, I can definitely get up to like A2 level. My goal is to get to like a B1 level, because after that you don't really need to be as like C1 fluent level, you know? You don't really need to be fluent. There's no such thing as fluent. It's just people like to say, oh, I'm fluent in a language. I'm probably not fluent in English, because nobody knows 100% of all the words, right? Nobody knows that. Because it's impossible unless you're reading the dictionary. I see you. You can drop them to me later. No. I'm still waiting for your payment. Scotland the Brave. And you know I want a sword. Yeah, I should learn the Scottish lingo. I have a fascination with Scotland. So yeah, I've put a yoga block, so we're raising up this level. So we're getting a deeper stretch for our hamstrings. And we're gonna hold it. Your English is, well, obviously my English is like my first spoken language now. Yeah, so it's just, because obviously if you're brought up in the UK, it's actually quite a success to be raised bilingual or more in the UK. Just because you go to school 8 hours of English, you come home, watch TV, it's all in English, and then you just have like your parents talking to you in whatever language. So yeah, it kind of fades out if you have another language. But if you are bilingual in the UK, it's actually quite successful. So yeah, because I used to speak my mother tongue. I used to speak it. I understand it though, so I'm like 50% fluent, native level. But no, I did try learning it. It's just when you try to learn something you already know, you have to unlearn it first, and unlearning is hard. It's too difficult. I was like, sack it. You know what I'm saying? It is a flex, and I'm just, it annoys me that I'm not, because it just sucks. It's so hot. Oh, bilingual. It's hot as hell though. Yeah, I like because I don't like the lisp in Spanish. Like for me speaking it, I prefer Mexican Spanish. You know, so I would prefer to do that. The way to learn a language is like exposure, like constantly being exposed to it. So I lost track, so I just got a text message. Do you stay with your parents a little bit more on your time? I would not like to listen to my own. A lot of one tricks out there though, be careful. Yeah, I prefer Mexican Spanish. Just because I think it sounds better for me to speak it. My cousin is fluent because like he learned. I think so. He did it at probably GCSE level, then A level, and then university. He did like Spanish and Portuguese, and then he got married to a Spanish woman. So we went to his wedding in Spain. So he's like fluent at it because he's been studying it since he was young, which is obviously an insane thing, right? I'm gonna have to write that as a goal. I need to do, instead of like having a goal that says I'm gonna be fluent in Spanish, because that's a very unattainable, fluid goal. It's not like a solid goal, so I'll be like, if I write a language goal, it's like, I want to be conversational at A1 level in Spanish by such a date, right? Say that, but it's just like, it's a lot of mental work learning a language unless you're in that actual country. I should just go to Spain and live in Spain for a bit. I'll learn Spanish like that. Or Mexico. No, I can't go to Mexico. Not by myself. I can't say I've ever heard Spanish in your accent. It's because I can't speak Spanish apart from like, hola, ¿cómo estás? Estoy bien. That's all I know. ¿Puedo repetir por favor? Más despacio, por favor. That's all I know. I'm really good. I'm really good at memorizing phrases. Terrible at putting sentences together because that involves grammar and stuff. You know? So I can memorize phrases. I'm good at that. That's all I can do. Well, that's why I can speak some languages at a basic level, because I memorize the stuff. But obviously a language is alive and memorizing a phrase is not good, because people don't speak in like those phrases. People have their own styles and things of way of talking, right? So 2 blocks now, making it heavier. Just wondering, has anyone had a meaningful thought or been on a journey of self-analysis? Fascinating. Well, so you know how I did have a bit of self-analysis, kind of. You know how I went to this wedding, right? Basically, the people who were getting married were both doctors, right? And then naturally, the majority of the people who were there were also doctors. And I was like, oh God. And I remember I'm brown, right? So the parents were going to be like, why are you not a doctor? Is it me? I did not. Me and science were a no-go in school just because of how it was told. Never wanted to be a doctor. I can't really handle cutting people open and stuff like that. So I was like, should I do my master's degree, right? Just because I want to do a doctorate. It would be fun to do a doctorate degree in like human rights law or something. I've always wanted to do that. It's just obviously like funding it, right? I did try to do a master's degree a few years ago, but I couldn't fund it, so I dropped out. Like I got accepted into the university and stuff. And then I was like, if I do my master's degree, I can always do my doctorate later on. And I can be called doctor, right? Just for the sake of it. So that was my self-analysis, because I haven't been surrounded by that many doctors or intellectuals for quite a while, because I just kind of stick to the sports stuff right now. So yeah, that was an analysis that happened yesterday. But yeah, if I didn't have to pay for like the post-grad degrees, I would jump at it like that. Obviously, I wouldn't do it in person because I just don't want to be in a classroom, you know. I would just love to be called doctor, but I wouldn't be like a medical doctor. So if say I did like have my doctorate, I'd be like, yes, I'm a doctor, and then I'll be on an airplane and someone's gonna be like, we need your help, doctor. I'd be like, I'm not a medical doctor. I can't help you. That would be so awkward, right? Can you imagine being a doctor but not a medical doctor? I think it's a bit weird though. They should probably have a different term for that sort of stuff. If you're like an expert in a different field, that's not medicine. It was so funny. But yeah, that was my self-analysis. Anybody else? My doctor, yeah. Maybe it would be fun to do it as a lifetime goal. I'm not in a rush, because I wouldn't do it, Dr. Rara, I wouldn't do it to like get a job, because obviously you do a master's degree these days, you're not really guaranteed a job, like an actual career. Forget that. I would just do it for fun, because that's the only way I can do stuff these days, you know. But yeah, I have always wanted to do a master's degree in like either like international human rights, but I would do it specifically on like not women's rights, like violence against women and stuff like that. But can't be asked. I'd have to read a million books, because it would be like a very like legal focus, because it would be, I'd do it as a like a LLM, so a master of law, but you know, but forget it guys. maybe one day I'll do it secretly, but I don't know if I can see myself doing that level of studying again, because it's just so intense, because it's basically a law degree but a master's one, and I've already done a law degree. Yeah, exactly. This is what happens when I chit chat. Time just flies, right? So yeah, that was my self-analysis. You guys need to tell me yours, because that was like a big confession. Oh god, last tense. Swap sides. Time flies when you're having fun, Mike. Ooh. So yeah. You got big feet for a last. Oh my god, Scotland the Brave is so rude. My feet are average. Oh my lord, you're making me not put my feet on stream now. My feet are actually average. Listen, the camera makes everything 10 times bigger, okay? Yeah, average size for a woman feet, okay? This might be the camera. Last time I used the wide camera on my iPad when I uploaded an actual video, and because it's the wide angle, it stretches the edges out, and I was like, why do my feet and hands look so like stretched out? I found it so funny. Yeah, I'm like 5'2", I'm like really small. Thanks, Eddie. See, Eddie's a gentleman, okay? Scotland the Brave, you owe me another sword. No. I'm nowhere near that size. If I was that size, I wouldn't be able to buy shoes and heels. I would have to get them custom made. I did have a friend that was like a size 9. She was a Jamaican, and she was like, she can never find heels and stuff, which is insane, right? I find shoes everywhere. So Scotland the Brave, I do not have giant feet. You do. That was so rude. I'm never going to forget that. I'm going to remember that forever. You are now in my bad books. No. I will remember this forever. Forever. Okay, let's make this harder. Boom. Oh no, this is horrific. This is tense as hell, guys. I feel like I'm moving sideways out of frame. Year 12, that's huge. Okay, Scotland the Brave. Do you wear kid shoes? No. So I think it's kid shoes if you're like size 4. I am a size 6, which is average for women. Guys are so rude when they say that. Like, someone actually said that to me, Like a really long time ago, I was dating them, and he was like, "You got big feet." I was like, "Size 6 is average. Like it's actually average for a woman." Yeah, obviously that did not last. Bye. Maybe that's a touchy subject. I don't know. They look. You suck. You suck. Scotland the Brave. Mike, can you defend me, please? I'm waiting for someone to defend me. Someone needs to duel Scotland the Brave. Like, you can have a sword fight. Pulsing. Oh my god. Okay. I think that's enough for the hamstring stretches here. Might be cheeky. No, Mike is like, okay, I wear like size 30. Well, you can just stamp on him. I'm waiting for somebody to come to my defense. Nobody's coming to my defense, Scotland the Brave. Where's life? Okay. Okay, let's lie down. So yeah, I need to get some new clothes. I need some new workout gear, and I need some gear for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Oh, I didn't go horse riding yesterday, just because I was that tired from the wedding. I had to cancel, which I didn't want to do. But so if I went horse riding, I just would not have been able to do anything. So right leg, over left, and hold. Oh, this is good. Just gonna hold this, get a nice hamstring stretch on the right leg. Side to side. Oh god. I fell over. Okay. Side to side. A little bit. Don't go too much. Okay, rest. That was quite a stretch. Mike. Oh, he's like, oh my god, we're allowed to. No! Mike will kick your ass. Leave. Oh god, dude. It would be such a flex if I was a doctor. My parents would be way more proud of me, and I would beat my brother because we have like healthy competition. It'd be so funny. But then they'd just call up all my relatives saying, yes, she's a doctor now. Obviously not medical. They wouldn't say that. I'm actually curious, actually. Do you think my parents would be proud of me if I became a doctor, but not like a doctor of medicine? Is it the same level? Doctor of medicine is still probably up here. Doctor of anything else, maybe like here. You think so? I really do think that. I still think it's like lower than actual doctor of medicine, because it can't be like here being like a doctor of like anything else, because if you're a doctor, you're like saving lives or whatever, depending on what you specialize in, blah blah blah. Yeah, you guys make it that. Oh god. Well, she's my online life. What now? I think that probably no matter. Yeah, of course. How about I mess about and make? Oh, guys, are you just gonna like hunt each other down? I've been on a journey of intense self-analysis over the last 8 months, and I've never felt so. Oh, that's good. Nice one, Toby. Shout out to Toby, who is absolutely hardcore. Well, that's good. What else have you been doing? Proud of you, Toby. You don't need that in your life. All the elite people don't have it, especially Cristiano Ronaldo. She loves men, so I do love. I do. Can you guys have a sword duel? I would love it. Gladiator fight. Swap legs. Left leg over right. is such an intense stretch because my hamstrings are very tense from the gym. So yeah. Oh, this is an insane level of intensity. Side to side. Yeah, this is insane. We probably should have done upper body stretches today instead of lower. And relax for a second. We're going to bring knees to chest just because it hits lower back, hips, as well as both hamstrings. A nice 3-in-1 stretch. So I'm just going to bring them up. I'm going to just circle out. This is pretty much a hip stretch, but whatever. I'm going to take that down. I'm going to go into like a gentle butterfly stretch here. No, I would expect a hardcore sword fight, and whoever sword fights better, whoever wins, then I'll choose you, of course. You know, I love a display of strength. Wait, did you swear again? I swear I didn't swear again. Cross my heart. Not in this stream, I haven't so far. I have not. Even if you watch this on replay, you'll know. I would not do that. So, butterfly stretch. Relax. This is a good stretch. Thank you. So we're going to bring both legs up straight. We'll do some toe stretches because this is really working out hamstrings. Who would win? And relax for a second. And relax. So we're gonna go here, bent knee, side to side, and then we're just gonna go up and down. This is really good for hamstring flexibility. And bring that down again. Hamstrings are so tense, this is insane. And do gentle pushes back. One more. Swap sides. Oh god, hamstrings are absolutely on one today. Okay. And we're gonna get back. Whew. And relax.